Sir, I understand you have about 30 years experience with welding CRA line pipe for offshore applications. What are some key points for attention during this process?
See, the reason that the CRA glad pipe was invented was because of the sour gas, they were pumping up. And before bringing it to the reprocessing plant, you need different special materials, for, let's say, corrosion resistance materials to transport this gas. And in the beginning, they were always using duplex stainless steel or 316L stainless steel, but they're rather expensive to do that. So they came up with an idea to use a normal standard carbon steel pipe and line it with, for example, Inconel, 625 or 825. And you can do that. You can do it in different ways. But to weld these pipe ends together, that's not so easy, because there are special, I think special rules have to be followed to make a process like that to a success. And our experience is also, if you do it together with the customer, you can be extremely successful. But yes, pipe ends have to be calibrated. One of the very important things. The joint preparation, we call it the J-bevel tulip joint, have to be a machined joint preparation. Special equipment have to be used most of the time. Internal line-up clamp with gas backing have to be used. Pipe ends have to be cleaned. There are specifications how to do that, and I think the best process is the so-called TIG welding process. So most of the CRA glad pipe is welded using the TIG welding process. I know there are some projects done using MIG, but it seems to be they go away from that and use just TIG welding.
It sounds like a very complex process. What advice would you have for your customers or potential customers? We learned it also, through the time that if you, for example, when a project is coming up, as a supplier of welding equipment, it's very good, to start talking to the customer from the beginning when the project is coming up. Not only to the customer, but also the supplier of the pipe material. Talk from the beginning about tolerances. What can they do? How can we help each other? If you do that, you can avoid a lot of problems, a lot of hassles, a lot of headaches, misunderstandings, because most of the time when something goes wrong, everybody is blaming a lot of other people except themselves. So yes, it is. If you can do it from the beginning, talk to each other, share maybe the upcoming problems, share it with each other and solve it, And by doing that, we have been rather successful. Yeah, I can say that. And I understand in recent years you've actually started welding onshore projects as well. To me as the layman, an onshore activity sounds much simpler than offshore. Is that the case?
Yeah, most of the sour gas in those days, still today, it's found in the sea, offshore. And most of the welding, of course, offshore. That means lay barge. And if you do the welding on the lay barge, it's like a workshop. It's easier, let me put it that way, than onshore welding. I think in the last 20-25 years, most of the work is all done offshore, lay barge. But 2-3 years ago, we started the first onshore project. Was done in Oman, Harwil, and but you are facing complete different problems. Environment, because on the lay barge it's like what I said before, like a workshop. But in the field, you need habitats, you need welding tents, protect wind. It's a shielded, gas shielded
process, so you need a protection. Second, you know, sandstorms sometimes in the desert. And last but not least, you know, temperature 55, 58 degrees sometimes. It's a hard job to do it. But also over there, when you do it together with your customer, your client, and you do it together, almost like partnership, then you can be very successful. And we have been successful on that project. And we are looking now further for other projects. But yeah, that I'm really happy to say that also that onshore, the first onshore project was we finished it successful. Yeah.